Oh my gosh, you guys, I want to read so many books this month. Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to share my Romance-a-thon TBR as well as my other June reading plans. There's a lot, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Romance-a-thon vlog, but I also have like some other books that might fit into my Romance-a-thon TBR. As you guys know, I'm a huge mood reader, so things can shift and change, but at the end of the month, I will be wrapping up all the books that I read, so you can always come back for that. And also during Romance-a-thon, June 12th through the 18th, I will be daily vlogging for you guys. So you will be able to follow me in real time as I read for Romance-a-thon and actually see the books that I'm reading for that week. I'll start with the prompts in order. So Cover Love is first, and I'm probably going to be doubling up on some of these as well. I chose Eleanor and Gray by Brittany C. Cherry. I mean, oh, this cover is so freaking gorgeous. And plus, I've heard really good things about this book and this author, so definitely want to give it a go. Next up, a BIPOC author. I also am using Brittany C. Cherry, Eleanor and Gray for. I think it would be a good place to double up on. It's also a new to me author, so that takes, oh, and it's indie published, so that's like 4 prompts right there. But yeah, really excited about this. So Cover Love and BIPOC. Going out of comfort zone, I have a couple of different things I can choose for this. I put The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros because I've never read a military romance, surprisingly, even though I was in the military myself. So I might be reading this one. I've heard I need my tissues, so I do have my tissues ready. And some other books on my TBR I'll show you that might fit into this as well, this prompt. Someday is kind of out of my comfort zone because I've never read a male romance before, so I'm not saying I'm uncomfortable with it. I'm just saying I've never read it before, so it may or may not be out of my comfort zone. I don't really know. Plus, this is the buddy read. It's also indie published. It's also by an author that I've never read from before, so yeah, have that one. Like I said, indie published, I'm using Someday and Eleanor and Gray for that prompt. My favorite authors backlist, I don't have a particular like romance author that's my favorite. I mean, I would say Taylor Jenkins Reid and Christina Lauren, but I don't have any of their backlist books to read. But I did choose Tracy Garvis-Graves. The very first round of Romance-a-thon a couple of years ago, On the Island by Tracy Garvis-Graves, was the actual buddy read, and I really loved that I picked up the novella and read that and enjoyed that as well. So I put The Girl He Used to Know by Tracy Garvis-Graves for my backlist title. It has been sitting on my shelves for a few years now, basically since it released in 2019, so it's time that I get to that one. Like I said, some of the ones that are already on here, all 3 of these are new to me authors. So Rebecca Yarros will be new, Emma Scott will be new, Brittany C. Cherry will be new, and my hate to love, I picked 2. I don't know which one I'm going to be in the mood for, and I really want to read them both, but I chose these 2. So you have Teach Me by Olivia Dade, which is the first novel in the Marysburg series. And then I also have this one, Daniels, Meet You in the Middle. And it's about a liberal Senate staffer and a intimidating gatekeeper for one of DC's most powerful conservative senators. So it's Kate and Ben, and they lock their horns and meet not so cute, and they vow to take each other down by any means necessary. And I'm really excited about this one as well because it has like fat rep in it, and I have like other books in this series, so I really need to get to it. Yeah, excited about both of those. Here's the stack for that. So it is quite a bit. I don't know what I'll actually get to. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out my channel on the 12th. I'll be daily vlogging on Romance-a-thon and reading hopefully those books. But I do have 4 new books coming in the mail that I'm super excited for, and they're all romance. I think it's like a duology of 1 or 2 books in one series and 2 books in another series, but they're all by the same author, and I'm really excited about them, and they have the most gorgeous covers, so I'm really excited about those. So maybe those will be thrown in as well. I don't know yet. Okay. Now, the other things on my TBR, I have a lot going on this month, I feel like. So for my podcast, Jacqueline and I are reading, for Talk Bookish to Me podcast, Jacqueline and I are reading One Last Stop by 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒂𝒔𝒕. So far we have read and discussed Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. We did The Project by Courtney Summers, and this is going to be our third book discussion of the year. Last year we did Ghosts by Dolly Alderton, and later this year we're going to be reading, well, I know it comes out this summer, but we're going to be reading it later in the year, The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. But yeah, we're reading this one and we'll be discussing it on our podcast on June 21st at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when the episodes release. So if you want to hear our full thoughts once we read it and discuss it, definitely check out my podcast. It's linked in the description box of all of my videos. And I think our book discussions are some of my favorite because Jacqueline and I have such different opinions on books. She actually picked this one, so I'm really excited to give it a go. I mean, I was highly anticipating it anyway because I really enjoyed Red, White, and Royal Blue. Like I said, check out our podcast. It's linked in the description box. Join us on June 21st as we discuss this at length. And that released yesterday, so that was so fun. I also, I need to finish The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I told you guys I was currently reading this. I'm still currently reading it. I've made it about halfway. I'm on page 154. Yeah, I don't know how much of a priority this is actually going to be because I have so many other plans, but it would be nice to finish this month. Get it off my plate. Of course, I have to read Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It released yesterday as well. It is one of my most highly anticipated reads of the year. And I don't know too much except for it does follow like side characters of another character from Daisy Jones and the Six. It's historical fiction. It takes place in one night. There is a slight romance element and it's set in the 80s in Malibu. So I'm so looking forward to this. I absolutely love it. And also I'm reading this like as part of an event in my book club. And I also, for my book club, am reading The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave, which is also a Book of the Month book. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I haven't heard too much. I also know that Reese chose this for her book club for May. I don't know. But anyway, it was one of those picks for that. But I picked it up from Book of the Month. And I know it's about a woman's husband that goes missing and he leaves behind a note. And that's really all I know. But I'm excited about that. And then before I went away over the weekend, I started Cheat Day by Liv Stratman, and I got about 40 pages into that and decided I wasn't in the mood for it at that moment because I knew I was going to be going away for the weekend, and it's a little bit denser than I thought it was going to be. Like the font is kind of small, and it wasn't like I wasn't enjoying it, I just wasn't invested in the moment. But Jacqueline recently released a video all about this book and how great it was and how much she loved it, so it just like made me want to pick it up again this month. So I went ahead and put it on my June reading plans. And then I have one other book that I actually don't have a copy of. It's for a secret collab project that I'm doing. So I'm really excited about that. It's just one book, so I figured I shared enough of my reading plans with you guys. So yeah, let me know which books you're the most excited to hear me talk about, which ones you want me to prioritize, which ones you recommend I start first with Romance-a-thon. Definitely check out those daily vlogs when that happens. I have so much to read this month, and I actually feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there is another book I'm supposed to be reading this month, and I don't realize it yet. So I'm a little nervous that I'm leaving something off, but like I said, join me at my wrap up at the end of the month and you will see all of the books that I managed to read. That's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you're having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye!